Hello everybody. Welcome back. Sorry, I started the stream and then got distracted by emails. I'm a great streamer. I do a good job. How's everybody doing today? Today is the viewer suggestion? Yeah, it's the viewer suggestion today. Hello. I should do this title. Luke, welcome. Happy hump day. Happy hump day indeed. Let's get this started up. Let me know if the music is too loud. It seems a little loud on my end. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. There we go. That's probably good. Yeah. Let me pop out this chat so I can see what everybody is saying. I'm going to hop over to the Discord. I will be in the Patreon chat today. So basically, that way, if there are some Patreon members or the creators want to join me for the stream, they're very welcome to. I will be in the voice channel chat over there as well as reading your suggestions here. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Rook? I'm doing great, Title. Thank you for asking. Hope you are doing well. You say you are, so I believe you. I'm inclined to believe you. We will be over on Aggie today, doing some art stuff. Let's get that going. Let's get it going. Running over Raptor. Welcome. Bloop, bloop. There we go. We have art. Art is happening. All right. We need some viewer suggestions today, because that's what today is. And let's go ahead and get started with some rugby sketches, right? And that's a good place to start. What should we do for rugby today? I did get my hands on a copy of the new Pathfinder computer game. I believe it's called Wrath and Righteousness. And I'm super excited for it. So I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow with that, trying it out. And what I would like to do is I'd like to basically expand my Why You Should Play series into some video game genres. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play through that game, and I'm going to try to find a way that I can stop and sketch monsters or different creatures or people I encounter. And I think that's going to be really cool. I think that'll be a fun thing to do. So I'll probably start doing that tomorrow on Twitch. Yeah, and that's kind of the next plan for things. I also have some videos I'm going to work on later today on Twitch, and other than that, we're going to just do the draw here, and we're just going to hang out and have a good time. So we just hit 6,000 subscribers early this morning on YouTube. It kept me up all night, but we did it. Hey, 6,000. That's awesome. Can I see an Orc Death Cleric? Hell yeah, you can. I like that idea, Luke. That's a good one. Orc Cleric. And you don't usually wait until the rugby is done to make the request, but can I get an Orc Phalok? Ooh, more orcs today. I like it. All right. Orc Phalok. There we go. Possibly one on the rounder, less intimidating side. All right, rounder. Minotaur Death Cleric of the Raven Queen. Are you all three making the same characters? Or Death Cleric, or Warlock, and then Minotaur. I like it. Minotaur, Death Cleric. Yeah, so many. Sierra White, thank you. Welcome. How are you today? So many clerics. If you've watched my cleric video, you know that warlocks are basically clerics. Let's get this rugby done. And out the door. I'm excited. I drew a pretty good Minotaur yesterday. I was pretty happy with it. Patreon members can see that, otherwise everyone else will have to wait. But yeah, I was pretty happy. I haven't drawn a Minotaur in a while, so I'm excited. I'll draw this one today. Yeah, I already got some practice in, so. The Viking Rugby. There is a link for the Aggie inside of the Patreon only chat. If people would like to join there, they are welcome to. There we go. Should we give little Rugby like a big axe or something? We should give him something. We should make him big scary Rugby today. Maybe a beard? What if we give him a beard? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this majestic Rugby beard. Maybe a braid? How did he braid it? Nobody knows. It's one of them secrets. Secrets that only Rugby knows. That's a terrible braid. It's really hard to draw braids. That's what I keep discovering. It looks like he's got a potato or like a ball sack on his chin. That's not what we wanted. There we go. That's better. Okay, we did it. Beards are hard, especially when you add braids to them. Why would I do that? Because I like playing on hard mode. That's why. Life's not fun when it's too easy. Can I get a swole Amazonian barbarian, lady with a shield, preferably not a cleric? You got it. Rugby uses Mage Hand. You could use Mage Hand, yeah. Could you use Catapult on a battle axe and just like, carry it around and fling it at people? That'd be pretty great. Alrighty, I just realized I am not on, there we go. Now I'm online. Now people can see me in Discord. That's what we need. I am posting the... How's the music, by the way, everybody? Let's do that first. How's the music? Because I am hosting my sound today. So, if anybody wants to jump in that's in Patreon members or something, there is a means to do that, but it is projecting to YouTube, so it's not open to the general public. But if there is someone that would like to draw or something, we can talk about it. Boop, boop, boop. Catapult would be fun with a battle axe, though. Just have nothing but the catapult spell and like a Casey Jones golf bag full of weapons and just catapult it at people. That would be pretty funny. That'd be pretty good. You've got my axe, says the tiny Rugby. I'm excited for this Pathfinder game. Freaking love Paizo's artwork. See if I can do it some justice. That'll be fun. What if you didn't even have the handles? What if it was just the axe heads and like sword blades? Just all not finished. That could be interesting. Okay, I think that's a pretty good Rugby. I'm happy with that. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Music was a bit loud to start, but now it's fine. Okay, good. I'm trying to become a better curator of good video. So King's Advisor, how are you today? Welcome. Let's see, what's our first on the list here? We are drawing an Orc Death Cleric. That sounds pretty dope. I'm pretty excited about that. Let's see. How do we want to draw an Orc Cleric? Let's think. Let's think. Should we do Warcraft Orc, or should we do something different? We could do like Legend of Zelda Orc. That could be fun. We could do. Let's just do. Let's do Sexy Orc. Let's start with Sexy Orc. Smoldering JoJo Orc. Let's see, what can I do to make this a Death Cleric? Maybe some skulls. Except, so are Death Clerics supposed to be accepting of death, or are they harbingers of death? Like, a Death Cleric to me always sounds like a necromancer. Like, that's always the way I want to go with it. But I never know if that's kind of the general consensus, or... Like, I really like Caduceus, right? From Caduceus? Caduceus. From... No, it's Caduceus, I think. Either way. Critical Role. But he is very much more of a, like... guide for death, which is great. Like, that's cool. I like that, but I don't know if that's the general way people look at it. Then again, maybe Critical Role inspires it to be a way that people think. So who knows? Who knows? I'm gonna go more necromancy. That's my jam. Necromancer. Grave Clerics are the good side of death. Okay, that's fair. I figure the big emo goth types. I like that. Death Cleric is a harbinger. Grave Cleric is a guardian. Oh, okay. So I always mix those two up. Could give him a big scythe. That's a good idea. I like that. My DM canceled today's game. I'm snooping about. See if I can get some social time with you guys in here. Nice. Well, welcome. If you'd like to be on the YouTube, you're welcome to join us. I know you said you didn't want to draw in front of people, so that's fine. I might start making Wednesdays. I might just start merging the viewer suggestion and the free draw into one thing. How would you guys feel about that? So that every day is or whenever we do these, it's kind of both of them. People can join, people can suggest things. Would that be fun? Would that be more fun, or is it better to keep them separate? A drawing suggestion thing? Yeah, so Wednesdays are viewer suggestions. People can suggest a D&D character, and I usually draw them. Most of the time, Druid or Jonas is here with me, but not today, apparently. So that's a new thing. But here we are. Here we are. Okay, we're going to give them a bun, because all necromancers should have buns. That's just joking. I do want to give him a bun, though. What? Maybe it's not a bun. Maybe it's just like a tuff. Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to really lean into the eyeshadow here. Sierra White. You can always try it out and see how it goes. I'm just figuring Yeah. So if anybody in the chat has a suggestion they'd like, I am still taking more suggestions. We can probably, we only have 4 right now. Probably get a few more in here too. Generally, like I said, D&D characters related. And then try to keep it simple so we can do quite a few of them. Okay, Grave Cleric, right? Grave Cleric. I'm going to do some plate mail. Well, not plate mail, but yeah, plate mail's fine. Maybe just half plate. And I think instead of like a traditional shoulder, we're going to have like a couple skulls just kind of dangling about. Everybody likes skulls. I'm gonna give him a white streak in his hair. He's seen too much. They said Death Cleric, not Grave Cleric. Wait, did I screw it up again already? I have Death Cleric, right? So that should be the Necromancer type? Yes? Corvus, you're confusing me. Or are we talking about Grave Clerics being the emo ones? Is that what you're saying? You said Grave Cleric. Oh, okay. Well, yep. If I said it was a Grave Cleric, then that's my fault. It's definitely a Death Cleric. Corvus, do you have access to talk in here or not? I mean, you don't have to. You definitely don't have to. I just want to make sure I'm in the right voice channel chat. No, I don't. Well, poop on a crud. All right, let's try this one. We'll just hop over. You know, let's just go to the.
Can you hear me?
I can. Welcome to the internet.
Are we on the internet?
We are on the internet. I'm gonna go ahead and make this. How do I want to do this? Let me think about this.
How do you want to do this?
How do I want to do this? How do I want to manage these properties? I'm gonna have to talk to Dalcor about this because I would like it. I want a private channel. I can just unmute you, I guess. Let's just go back there and I'll unmute you. How's that? Doop boop. All right, there we go.
The only reason I said Grave Cleric is like you just mistakenly called them
Gotcha.
a Grave Cleric.
Like
So I was just making sure you understand, not a Grave Cleric, but a Death Cleric.
Furbolg. Circle of the Stars.
Druid.
Star Druid. I like it.
Another Furbolg.
Furbolg. Oath of Ancients. I don't know what the Oath of Ancients is, but I hear it from time to time.
They're Nature Paladins.
Nature Paladins? Okay. Paladin Locatha.
They're kind of like neutral good. Like they just care about doing the most amount of people.
Hexblade Bard. Oh my. I like that. All right, we'll see how that goes. Sweet. All right, thank you, everybody. We have some cool ideas now. Let's get these skulls done, and then we'll keep it on.
In D&D news, though,
Mm-hmm.
I have actually two things I found out. Neverwinter, the game that some people like, some people hate,
Sure.
is up in the air. They're releasing finally a new class, a bard.
Oh, they're putting Bard into the game?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And starting, I guess tomorrow night, Ashley Johnson is running her first ever campaign.
Oh, yay! That'll be exciting.
It's like a sci-fi in space Star Trek thing.
Very cool.
So.
Very cool. I do like Ashley. I hope she does well, and I hope she has fun with it.
one player, everyone has to like give a bit of slack because doing 2 jobs, or having an actual job and then critical role.
Yeah. Not easy. Not easy at all.
Well, a different job that's on the opposite coast, where everyone else is. So.
Definitely makes it difficult. Okay. We got a skull shoulder. We got a cool... I'm going to make this look... I always think like the armor of necromancers should look like it's trying to kill them. Like they're not...
Player or the necromancer? Or both?
The necromancers themselves, yeah. Like the armor should just look like, hey, if you're not careful, you'll die. But they're like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. That's not an issue. It's not an issue. I have a fellow player that is pretty new to everything, to sub RPG. How can I get them more comfortable at the table? Ooh, that's a good question. Hexblade Bards has become one of my favorite class combinations. Depends entirely on the sort of character they want to play. Yeah, give them time to chill. That's a good advice. Luke, I think the best thing you can do is introduce them slowly. One, that's something that I think a lot of people don't know how to do, and then let them kind of feel out what they want to do, right? Like, instead of just making them do things, I've noticed that like sometimes when you're like, okay, what do you want to do, and you leave it that open, it's a little overwhelming. So instead, as you're DMing, try to DM them in a reassuring way, like giving them less options initially. Asking them, instead of like, okay, what would you do, or what would your character do, be like, so your character can do one of these things. Like, do you want to pursue this? Do you want to stay here at the bar? Would you like to go upgrade some of your gear? Like, give them options that are vague enough that they can still kind of have fun with it, but at the same time, it's introducing them to options they have within the game. Yeah, that's generally how I do it. I always like doing like a goblin fight in a bar as an introduction, because then it's just like, cool, you're in a bar. There are these different people you can talk to. You can go explore the town. And then they're like, ooh, that could be fun. And then it's like, you see a goblin walk by the window. It's like, is that normal? It's like, it's not normal. Like, so it's just, it's always something to where you can be the one still driving the narrative. And sometimes you have to take a little heavy-handed with it, because they just don't know, they don't know the buttons, right? They don't know what they can control and what they can't control.
Also, like, in groups, I found out, like, if you're doing, like, new players in general, like, having them start at level 1 or even level 0 can help a lot.
Yeah, generally what I do is I start at level 0 or level 1, and then by the end of that first little introduction, I bump them up to 2 or 3, depending. If they've played a lot, then I'll usually jump them up to 2 or 3, because they know what they're doing. But a lot of times it's just like, is this kind of where you want to be? Is this the type of character you want to play? And if not, like, switch things around. And that's why I like level 0, because then they're like, I'm gonna be a ranger. It's like, man, bows suck. It's like, do you want to be a fighter instead, or do you want to use magic? Like, I think I want to use magic. It's like, okay, cool. Well, maybe you should try a druid. And you just kind of, those first 3 levels, I always am very flexible with. Like, if people want to swap levels out, I'm totally fine with it. Because your character really shouldn't be coming into a campaign like, I was the epic dragon slayer for 20 years. It's like, really? Really, you're level 1. I don't think you ever slayed a dragon. But if they've spent their last 5 years, like, training to fight dragons, and then they get there, and all of a sudden they're like, I'm not very good with the sword, but I can, for some reason, control plants. It's like, hey, cool. You just learned something. You're a level 1 druid now. Let's rock it with that. Like, that's totally fine. Well, it is more as a fellow party member. I have a fellow party member that's new. I have a fellow party player. Oh, as a party member. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Okay. I think I'm going to call that one good. I'm going to work on the next one. Orc Thaylock. Hell yeah. So, as a party member, I would do exactly what I said before, like, guide them. but do it in game, right? Like, interact with their character like you would if he was sitting down at a table. It's like, maybe we should go check out the stuff in town, or we could do this. What do you think? Like, do you have an opinion, or do you want to just tag along? Like instead of forcing them to, like I said, learn the game, very much just hold their hand through it by being very vocal about what you're doing. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't realize, because there's so much necessity for RP, and I've played with a lot of like a hardcore dungeon divers, like people that don't want to RP. Like, that's fine if that's how your group is. That's totally chill. But if you are trying to be a 5e specifically is very RP heavy, or it can be. You can do all of this stuff in game. That's kind of the thing with it, right? Instead of just being like, okay, now you're gonna have to roll dice to blah blah blah. It's like, stop. Just what would your character say to that character to introduce them to your friend group, right? Like, I don't trust that wizard. What do you think we should do about that? I don't know. We could follow him. What do you think? That might not be a good idea, though, right? Like, have actual discussions that introduce the person to the game without just being like, we're gonna follow that guy, or you're the rogue, you do this. It's like, is that what the player would actually say? like, I don't know. Just you gotta. It's weird to say, but you gotta be chill. I think that's the best way to say it. I think you just gotta.
In a ring through some of these quests, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah, some of these requests are going to be pretty cool.
2 orcs, 2 clerics. A swole Amazonian barbarian lady.
You can't say your own suggestion is awesome. I mean, you can't.
I didn't say mine was.
Wasn't that yours?
The Amazonia? No.
Yeah. Oh, who asked for that one then?
Oh,
you asked for the stars, Druid. That's right.
Yeah. I don't know this person. I think they're fairly new. I could be wrong.
Marsupials. Yes. Okay. No, they're here. They're regular. Welcome back, everybody. Wait, this is
I'm
supposed to
hardly
be
ever in the YouTube chat.
a fate lock, right?
Yes.
I'm going to try to go a little more effeminate orc, because all fey creatures are lankier and pretty.
Androgynous.
Yep. Super androgynous. Dang it. Got a frog in my throat. Yeah, Luke, I think that's really the best bet, is to just try to be helpful with their character without being demanding. Like, let them make choices, but offer them choices. Yeah. Hopefully your DM will kind of do the same thing. Because you don't want to feel like you're on the rails, right? Like, even when your story is very much on the rails, because I think that's sometimes good. Cough, cough. Tower of Ashfont. Dungeon? Still having the option to do things is nice, but not forcing people to find those options is also very helpful. I think it can be very helpful. Man, I don't know how hair works anymore.
You are giving him a receding hairline, so.
I just always think that orcs don't have a lot of hair. I think orcs have a lot of forehead. Just as like a rule of thumb.
So like Elder Scrolls portray their orcs a lot. Very kind of large foreheads with spikes on them sometimes.
It's because Elder Scrolls doesn't know how to model faces.
Are you referring to Oblivion?
I am referring to Oblivion.
Oh, so bad.
What if we
Skyrim's got
have?
a bit better.
What if we have? I don't know, 4 polygons for the face? That's probably enough. That'll be
Like,
fine.
it's trying to like sculpt with really soft Play-Doh.
Yeah.
It's like you look at it and it's like, oh, now this face looks good. You turn to the side, chin is like too far out, and nose mile long. Yeah, it's terrible.
I hope the McElroy boys have done a Monster Factory with with Oblivion. If they haven't, I would be very surprised.
I was wondering if anyone was going to request a Minotaur today, and I was right.
Yeah, we got a Minotaur. I'm excited. I'm excited to draw another Minotaur.
I was like, is it going to be me or someone else?
I was trying to do like some soft leather armor, and I think I've drawn an apron.
I mean, that could be armor.
Aprons technically are armor, but they protect you from stains and smelling like food when you go home. See if we can do something like that. I made this guy look way too elf-like, which was kind of what I was trying to do. I'm gonna go tinier ears. I'm gonna squunch his nose a little bit.
Let's say, wasn't you going for like the more Fey aesthetic?
I was, and I think I went a little too hard. I went a little too hard in the Fey. We can make it very sharp. Ooh, I like this. Do something like a chain. He ain't no druid. He can have armor.
Yeah.
Druids can totally have armor.
I do love the fact that we had to explain to you what a himbo was yesterday.
Yeah, I had not heard that term before. That's funny.
That surprises me, because it's becoming like such a well-known thing.
Man, I am behind on a lot of stuff. You have no idea.
It took me a while to know what a himbo was, because I think I learned last year. Like, Kronk is a himbo.
Sure.
He-Man's a himbo.
I don't know why I gave him this huge V cut. Give him some boob armor. It's great. It's great. I only need to protect my gooey middle center.
Kinda not wrong.
It looks like he's about to play like something. Maybe he's got like a really fancy magical guitar. Ooh, even better. What if he's got like a jug? He's not gonna play the jug. He's just like, I've got this magical vase. Who knows what it does? It could do anything. That's his Fey power. He just has magical jug.
And they are odd.
He's a wandering vase salesman. Except the vases all have like sprites in them. Just don't leave it outside at night. They'll steal all your shoes.
Or make you shoes.
Or make you shoes, yeah. Do you need new shoes every day for a year? Try this new jug.
I mean, I guess that's one way to make money.
There we go. Jar of butterflies. Boom. A gnome circle of the spore druid with a mushroom cap. That's pretty good one.
Mushroom necromancy.
The vase of anything. Common magical item +5 to intimidate when threatening. It could have anything in it. It is in fact empty. That's pretty good. I like that, King. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Minotaur Death Cleric.
Right. Throwing that sweet, sweet money at Rook.
Don't need it. Wait, what's up?
No, I'm just asking, where's Bright with that sweet, sweet money?
Yeah, feel free to throw money.
At you.
All over the Discord. Just throw it.
Making it rain.
Make it rain. Oh no, I've done it again. We've gone derp. We've gone derpatar. I'm just kidding.
What were they? Death Cleric?
Yeah.
2 Death Clerics, wow.
2 Death Clerics, yep. There's this weird thing that happens in restaurants all the time. Is like someone will order something really weird off the menu that like, well, you don't ever make that. That's strange. And then 3 or 4 people will order that in the same day, and it's just like, what is happening? Why is this a thing? Sometimes it's even like someone will order something normal but in a weird way. Like, oh, can you cut that into thirds? It's like, can I cut it into what? And then a few people I'll ask for that. It's like, is there like a podcast I'm missing that is telling people to do this? Like, what's happening?
Or they're just listening into what other people order.
Maybe. Changeling, Eloquence Bard, Draconic Bloodline. Okay.
Oh dear, that's a lot. So, Diplomatic Bard with dragon powers.
I'm not sure how that works.
Gonna be like politician.
I mean, they're just like, they're a dragon changeling?
I mean, dragons won't get anything, so.
Yeah, but like the
or
question,
vice versa.
that's not my problem. I think once you have the draconic bloodline, I don't know if you can be a changeling. That's my question. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Make a video about it. Does this happen?
It's too many things.
Sage of Us.
I'm
Jeremy
not-
Crawford, let us know. I mean, the answer is, it's up to your DM and you. Would probably be the answer.
Draconic bloodline, though, does that come, like, is that mechanically important? That's really my question. Like, do bards get draconic bloodlines? I thought that was a wizard thing.
You mean a sorcerer thing?
Yeah, sorcerer thing, sure.
Close enough. I mean, no, but I guess this is a multi-class character.
Must be a multi-class character, yeah.
Azamar.
Changeling, sorcerer, draconic. Okay. Gotcha. Like a Codal or a Guardian? Cardinal. An Aasimar with a non-traditional celestial lineage. Interesting.
So, like, if it was a code, it would have, like, scales in places.
Sure, we can do that.
And I think that's the...
Cough, cough. Draconic bloodline, changeling bard. Cough, cough. Angel dragon. Those sound pretty close. See what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. People just want the same thing.
My request was, like, Furbog Druid, and then next request, Furbog
Yeah.
of Ancient Paladin. I'm like,
It's a really weird situation that, like, that kind of stuff happens all the time.
and if I would throw in a Genasi, someone else would have requested Genasi.
Well, you had to say it.
I am determined to make Genasis popular.
But why?
Oh, they're awesome.
They're just people with, like, elemental powers.
And
I don't know.
Tieflings are just people with demon powers.
Do not argue that tieflings are, like... Ugh. I don't get why people like tieflings, except that they're horny all the time. Like, that's it. They just have horns.
It's the edge factor.
The edge factor. And Genasi is just it's just Avatar. That's all it is.
And who doesn't want to have like a parent who is a genie?
I think that's the reason that I push back against wow, I forgot the word already. Genasis, yeah. I think that's why I push back against Genasis hard, because I do want them to be more genie-esque. Like, I really like a Fritz, but I like them because they kind of have their own like backstory and lineage to it, without just being like, oh, it's just a fire elemental person. And it's like, but it's kind of not. Like, that's the cool thing about it. I mean, Changeling Bard Draconic bloodline is not to the half dragonborn Draconic bloodline. Ooh, what?
Oh god. Please stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Genasi are plenty popular after Exandria Unlimited, to be honest. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. There's some cool characters for it. And I liked the Oreids are really cool. Like, I really like the way Pathfinder looks at them, but them being like spawns of djinns versus elemental are two different things, and I don't like that they're all mixed together. And it's weird because, like, yeah, djinns are supposed to be spirits of elements, so it makes sense, but it just, I don't know what it is. There's a lot and things missing in my mind. Like, I feel like those are two different things. So if you want to separate the wishing spell portion of that, that's fine. And you want to have the elemental portion, that's fine. And I want to keep those separate because they are really interesting. But it's I don't know. I don't really have a problem with them, I guess. I feel like there could be a lot more expanding on them to make them make more sense.
Yeah, they've not been expanded upon since.
Yeah. And I think the real thing that I have a problem with is that they are clumped together. Whereas Pathfinder breaks them apart into Oreids, Ifrits, Sylphs, and
Undines.
Yeah, I like that. I don't like that it's just like, you're an elemental person. Pick one. It's like, don't do that. Just stop it.
Well, what's weird about them is in 3rd edition, I guess on 3.5, they could eventually just change their elements.
I guess I'd like to know.
Genasi could.
Oh, interesting. That's weird.
And there was also a 5th top.
Only fire.
And the Storm Souls.
See, but that's saying that. I guess are there storm djinns? That's weird. What is that? Storm is not an element.
I know. I was very confused, and most people were like bursting off and like, no, they're just like a subtype of air element.
Why isn't there an official dragon-based warlock or wizard class? There should be. I mean, there used to be, for sure.
I mean, probably in the next...
A divine soul, water
Source
genasi with genie stuff standard in the celestial stuff. Standing in for the celestial stuff. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. Maybe in the upcoming dragon themed book. I would definitely, I would definitely suspect they're going to do something like that. Dang it, frogs! Why? Get out! Get out of here!
Frogs?
I got frogs in my throat.
Oh.
Talking too much, too early in the morning.
Well, drink some water.
I have been. Don't tell me how to be. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I mean, there used to be like the dragon disciple was pretty cool. There used to be a what were they called? I thought they were bloodlines for wizards too, but they're not. In Pathfinder, they are.
Are you talking about the Blood Ragers?
No. I mean, a Blood Rager was kind of designed to go into Dragon Disciple.
Yeah.
But wizards could select a draconic ancestry or something to that effect. But either way, I like that stuff. I think it's totally fine. I don't see why you couldn't do that. Why it's not official yet? I don't know. That's weird. Definitely thought there would be. But I'm also not a big fan of things having to be official, so it is what it is. I'm very much a homebrew nerd. If it makes sense, play it.
Yeah, the Draconic Monk seems awesome to me.
Yeah, Draconic Monk is pretty cool. I mean, hell, I think there's a Draconic Alchemist in Pathfinder where you mutate yourself into dragons. It's pretty awesome. Wave the ants, season dragon ants. Stuff class might be a monk.
I would like to see it. Oh no. Flavor a beast barbarian to a draconic barbarian.
Draconic barbarian would be really neat.
DSRD.
Alright. It is a Minotaur Cleric with a two-handed mace that looks like a cow skull. Hell
Metal.
Yeah. Metal.
Yes, the Dragon Blood Chemist.
Dragon Blood Chemist. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, like I said, if you don't find what you're looking for, always check 3.5, check Pathfinder. There's usually someone's thought of it before, which is totally fine. Like, and once again, just use that as a basis for like what you want out of the character and go for it. Go to town.
Because there's not a lot of like major. I mean, there's a lot of major differences, but it's like it wouldn't take much reworking.
Oh yeah, no,
Change some of
they're
the
very similar.
subclasses or archetypes.
I mean, even the classes, a lot of the time, the only thing that's really changed between the classes is basically the conversion to an advantage-based system instead of numbers. And then, like, spell levels.
An oracle, you could just...
Oh, yeah.
Really flavorous in a way like a sorcerer code.
Yeah, oracles are just divine sorcerers. That's really all they are. So.
Or just reflavor a cleric with, instead of wisdom, charisma.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can do that too.
So.
I would argue that you need to trade some of your, like, you'll notice for the Oracle that, like, they have less channeling, or do they have more channeling? They have less channeling. And because, like, channeling isn't really a thing, it just kind of goes away, and you just need to augment the cleric things.
Yeah.
The things that my brain not do good today.
No,
Should
no,
monster theme subclass period? Should be a monster theme. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. You could always say Fiend and Celestial patrons are ancient dragons. That's actually a good way to do it too. You can make anything into a patron. Like it's really easy. Just pick something that makes sense and go for it. Like that's really all it is. There are some. What you would do for the warlock specifically is you would look at the the sorcerer bloodline, the draconic bloodline, and just whatever spells those are the ones that are added to your spell list instead, basically. Like, that's the easiest way to do it. Because really, every time you're... I was reading an article about this yesterday, that multiclassing is kind of not necessary in 5e, or at least it was designed not to be necessary, because that's what the level 3 things do, right? They allow you to multi-class a different way. So when you look at Blood Rage or Draconic Blood, best build, yeah. Jump Rope loves that build. So when you're looking at things like that, you would basically pick your cleric or your warlock, and then when you're trying to figure out what you're going to do, look for someone else's subclass, like the Draconic Bloodlines or the Draconic Barbarian, and be like, that's what I want. Cool, that's going to be your level 3 augments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they really could have done it that way as basically like main class, subclass, and separated them. And it just gets really complicated and messy, but that's actually closer to how Pathfinder 2nd Edition works. And that's how old Pathfinder works. Like, that's what the prestige classes were. Yeah, like once you get so far, you unlock the ability to take these talent tech trees.
And then you got like templates that you can add upon top of them.
Yep.
It can get bonkers.
It can get bonkers, and that's why they got rid of it. They developed build up the new Unifei races, the rabbit folk, the elf folk, the fairy, etc. I think they're fine. Like, I don't have any real argument against them or for them, because they're all just kind of reskins. The Fey folk are kind of, I guess if anything, they're kind of bland. Like, they're not really adding a lot to from what I've seen so far. I could be wrong. They're not really adding a lot to it, except that I think the rabbit folk is tiny, isn't it? Or maybe that might have been, I might have been thinking of the, there's another book that's not the Unearthed Arcana. It's, I think Strixhaven is going to let you play a tiny owl folk. I might be wrong in that. But that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. They finally have the tiny creatures back in the game. Buff Amazon. Here we go.
Owlfolk is in Strixhaven.
Yeah.
And the fairy and rabbit folk are going to be in the Feywild book that's coming out.
Right. Yeah, I think they're cool. I really like Fey creatures. But I also think that if you're going to have something in the Feywild, like, everything has to be kind of magic based. And that is an argument I made. What was the last video that just came out? Oh, it hasn't come out yet. Has it? Shoot.
Satyr?
Yeah, the Satyr. That was the argument I made for the Satyr. Sorry.
Like, only Fey related to made lately was the Satyr.
I've been working on way too many videos in the last few weeks. But no, the Satyr.
Congratulations.
Yeah, the Satyr should definitely have more Fey magic. Like, it just needs it. I don't know why it's not there. They're like, oh, they can jump around. It's like, who the fuck cares? Like, I love characters that can jump, but Fey with boots of speed are the best. See, that's fun. Super speed. Like, why not? I would definitely make. There are some Fey creatures that are just stupid fast, right? Either give them the ability to have haste as like a will spell, or they need to be a little OP, right? Because they're tiny squishy Fey creatures. on the other side of it, there are definitely like big beefy fey creatures, but those big beefy fey creatures need to be like so tough that things don't hurt them, right? The weakness to cold iron, I think, needs to come back to augment the amount of awesomeness that fey creatures are supposed to be. It's just like they need to be more powerful than they are, but they're just. I'm worried they're going to be like, oh, it's just a normal person, but he's rabbit. And it's like, that's not good character design. Like, that doesn't make it unique enough. You're just reskinning stuff now. Like, make something unique with it. Pull something out of the book. Like the blah, 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 blah. Red caps. Red caps definitely need their regen. Like, that's kind of what makes them. They're hard to kill. Super hard to kill. They should be terrifying. Okay, new concept, Rune Knight Fae. Fairy. Oh, wait. That's just animated. That could be fun.
What do I forget? Hair triggers, so proficiency bonus on your initiative rolls. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Perception.
Hit me.
When you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can use your reaction to roll a d4 and add it to the result.
A little bit of guidance. That's kind of interesting.
Once during each of your turns, when you walk at least 5 feet, you can hop a d12, moving that many feet in any direction you choose.
Okay, so that's basically the same thing they did with the satyrs. Go ahead.
But the extra distance does not cost you movement.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool.
So you can hop and then run.
Yep.
I was like, okay. Add mobility feat, you're a bit of a speed demon. I can get behind that.
That's kind of fun.
And that's so 1, 2, 3, 4. They get 4 traits, which is more than what a lot of races get, actually.
Yeah, but like,
their own languages.
But break it down. Like, so the extra hop, that's cool. That's interesting. I would
So
love that.
you can add your proficiency bonus to initiative rolls.
Okay, that's
so
not great, but go ahead.
means you can go first a lot of times. So
right, but you could take a feat for that instead. Like
but some DMs don't allow feats.
Right.
That's annoying bit. And so the other one is proficiency with perception skill. So
that's me. Pass that.
And when you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can use your reaction to roll a d4.
That's pretty cool.
Result. So lucky footwork and rabbit hop are kind of the big two.
The big two. I like that. That's fine. I think that's a fair addition.
Even with the normal, like, even with Tieflings, it's just like you get like either one really good one and kind of another one that's meh, or 2 really good ones and 2 meh.
Yeah, I think Tieflings are also kind of need a little bit of devilish love, I guess.
Oh, they got it though. They got it in Morning Canaans.
Then what are we talking about?
Sub races.
Oh, the sub races are great. Like, yeah, that's absolutely.
It's just like, what devil do you want to be related to?
That was my Tiefling video right there in a nutshell. Maybe they're listening.
Mephisto? Sure, you can be related to him. Or the Spader.
Yeah, they definitely needed that.
Well, it's like they've had it, but a lot of people, like, in the Sword Coast Adventures Guide, they added, like, subclasses, or not subclasses, but subraces, and no one ever paid attention to that book. Like, there's a winged tiefling subrace that you can just fly from level 1. As long as you're not wearing heavy armor.
That's pretty cool.
There's also, like, the devil tongue tieflings, which was what Molly was in the beginning.
Speed run strat, yeah. I mean, I think the we've diverted super far from wherever the hell we started from.
That's okay. I mean,
my whole argument was that I don't want the new Fey races to just be kind of generic reskins. Like they should have something unique. So I think the bunny hop is pretty cool. I think that's gonna be really fun.
I mean, also like the rabbit folk's kind of just like a new thing they pulled out of nowhere.
The rabbit?
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a rabbit folk.
No, I don't think so either. There's been a lot of. I would bet that it's been something that's been gaining popularity online recently.
Probably.
I know there was a Kickstarter series that did something with rabbit folk.
Humblewood?
It might have been Humblewood.
Something like that.
Final Fantasy has been having the rabbits.
You can now play male rabbit folk.
Yep, you can play male rabbit folk. I think there's been a calling for it. Just like man, I am so struggling with the Lionids. Solely because I hate them from Magic the Gathering so much. That's the only reason that I resist them so hard.
What is it?
The Lionids, the lion people.
Oh.
It's like you didn't need that. You just didn't. You didn't need it at all. Because the cat folk already exist.
Yeah.
But people want
like,
it.
oh,
Like people are asking for it, so it's like it makes sense.
They're like a both cat folk.
Yeah.
It's like they get strength and I think charisma.
It's just like you could have just done that with it.
I'm just disappointed the Fey Hobgoblin isn't going to be a thing.
Right. See, that would be more interesting to me. I think owl folk can have
At
ice
least
cold
as far as I
feather-based
know.
abilities, like 3 or more cultures. They see owls as a symbol of death. Yeah, you can do that, King. I mean, you can also do that with an Aarakocra. Just skin it that way. So, like that's my problem. That's really my problem. Is like if you're gonna make an owl folk that is Fey inspired versus an Aarakocra, it has to be like wholly unique. And I hope they do it. I hope they do it that way. Since it suggested reflavoring with rodents. Interesting. I played a rabbit folk before, but it was just a halfling. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like a lot of the halflings basically are the base for the rodents, for the rat folk, you could do the bunny folk.
The rodents.
Hey Rook, how are you doing? Say hi to Jump Forward and Chorus for me. Hello.
Hello. Also, the owl folk can be medium or small. Your choice.
Dang it! I want tiny. I want tiny owl folk.
You can be small.
Small is not tiny. Small is just slightly smaller than medium.
Halflings are like 2 feet tall. So.
Not tiny. Still not tiny.
Tiny for most people. They get magical sight. So
Okay.
they gain the ability to cast detect magic at will.
That's awesome. I like that.
Well, nope.
What do you mean nope?
They can cast it any time without expending a spell slot as a ritual. So they just immediately can cast it any time.
That's awesome.
As a ritual.
Okay, so it's not. They can cast it at will. They don't have it all the time.
Well, you have it all the time. You just don't. You can cast it as a ritual.
Interesting. Okay, gotcha.
So doesn't matter which class you are. You will automatically know to detect magic ritual.
Very cool. I like that.
So, a nimble flight. Thanks to your wings, your flying speed is equal to your walking speed. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
When you fall, you can use a reaction to make a dexterity saving throw DC 10 to stop falling and fly in place.
Very cool.
Until you start your next turn.
Yeah.
And
all right. It sounds like they're doing a good job so far.
with feathers, you have proficiency with the stealth skill, which makes sense.
Okay. Sure. You're really quiet. Love the Hexbug. The Hexbug is pretty cool. I think that's a good. Is a good thing. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Sai. We're on the YouTube today, so we got people's muted, listening to music. I think it's funny that they call it nimble flight, considering owls are pretty much nature's slowest bird. That's true, but I don't think nimble has to be. I guess maybe hummingbirds would be more nimble than an owl. That's fair. I think that's a fair thing. But do owls fall out of trees? That's the question. Like when compared to a duck. I feel like owls are more nimble than ducks.
Oh yeah. I think it has to do with be able to, like, an owl can, they may not be the fastest bird, but they can easily navigate thick forested areas.
Yeah, like they're very agile in the air, as far as I know, for being able to like maneuver and catch prey. Yeah. Versus like bats, bats just like fly into shit all the time.
Yeah.
Blah.
Like if you start flailing your arms, they'll just bump into you because they can't react in time.
Yep. All right.
But yeah.
There's my beefy She-Ra lady. I don't know why I gave her a hammer. I just felt like that was more. I think I've got Amazons from the DC movie Justice League on my mind. That Snyder cut though. Oh damn. Better. Not great, but better.
I haven't watched any DC stuff.
It's not great. Most of the time it's not great.
It's like, I've heard good things about Aquaman, but it's like...
It's okay.
Are you saying good things about Aquaman, or are you just saying good things because it has the actor in it?
I would say Aquaman is probably the best DC movie, but it's still like an okay movie. Like they did some beautiful camera work in it. There's some like really, really cool shots that are like composed. But the pacing of the movie and the story is just batshit bananas, and it's bad. Hammer, I thought it was a shovel. We could give her a shovel.
It's no shovel.
The Winter Barbarian. I guess she's an Amazon, not a barbarian.
It did say barbarian, so.
What if it's just a broken stick? She's like, oops. I left the pole arming that guy.
Right.
He died. Well, he died. All right, I'm gonna call that one good. All right, Furbolg. Star
Circle stars.
Yeah, I have COTAR because I started studying circle and then I finished with star. I'm like, what the hell is a Furbolg coder? That doesn't sound right.
He works in an office every day doing coding. Terrible job.
Pygmy catfolk. I think that's probably gonna be the last one. It's 11:30 and I got like 10 more to do, so we'll do a pygmy catfolk.
Pygmy. Oh, that's pretty awesome. It has to be hairless.
Oh, why does it have to be hairless?
I don't know. I just think when I think pygmy cat, I think of like the very small elf cats that are hairless.
Yeah, that's fair. Tiffany does say, I'm pretty sure they also have better maneuvering in flight. I assume we're talking about the owls, and yeah, I think that's true. I think owls are pretty nimble. So, they're just big and quiet, so you don't think of them as like I said, hummingbirds just go all over the place, but hummingbirds also like bounce off of each other. It's just really... All right, Furbolg. What makes them, is the stars like the evocation, or what makes a Furbolg of the stars? True.
Your guess is as good as mine. To me, like, star druids are like not completely traditional druids, so because they're like divination druids.
Divination? Oh, okay.
So like they, well,
I thought that was moon. Is that not Circle of the Moon?
Moon is wild shape.
Wild
like,
shape. Okay.
Wild shape all the time. Like you might as well live as an animal.
Gotcha. Okay, I think I might have gotten those two mixed up then.
The stars are like, you can use your wild shape ability to shape into like a star form.
Ooh.
And so
Astral druids.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
So depending on the constellation, it's either hunter, chalice, or dragon. And you get different abilities associated with those.
Gotcha.
There's also like a radiant druid.
I wonder if a hairless displacer be... I want a Fey race to have natural terror to them. Like, they should be unsettling. Even lawful good, looking at this, should have a primordial fear. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that too, King. I think the...
Winter Fae.
Yeah, the Winter Fae should definitely feel very, like, primordial and just, like, old. Old and weird.
Hags.
Yeah, hags, exactly.
They are Fae, so... Feels like Hag that's in Baldur's Gate 3. She's pretty awesome looking.
I'm excited to play this Pathfinder game.
So is it like full release, or is it just like...
I believe so, yeah. I think it's out.
Okay.
I think it is out.
I just know there's like a mutant character in it.
I will definitely find out. I think what I'm going to do is I'll start playing, and maybe we'll do like a quick character sketch of whatever character we go with. And then as we meet monsters, we'll draw them. Every time we find a new monster, we'll try to stop and draw them. Bri, welcome. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. I like drawing furbolgs from the side. They just have an interesting profile. Okay, how do I make this a star druid now? That's the question.
Halo Stars.
Halo of Stars, that actually sounds pretty cool. Not enough Ioun stones in D&D, considering I don't think Ioun is a thing.
I mean, the stones are a thing. She isn't a thing.
Yeah.
At least in non-Forgotten Realms. Sorry, go ahead.
Star Druids are a bit OP. They can cast Guiding Bolt as many times as your no spell slot. Ah, that's pretty cool. Guiding Bolt is terribly strong. It's just terribly strong.
And it scales really well.
Yeah. Once again, it's basically a Warlock spell, which makes sense. So.
This is the official art for Star Druid.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I see a lot of Tiefling Druids, which I like.
That's a good point. Yeah, I guess they're kind of outsiders though, so like it makes sense that you wouldn't see a lot of them. Yeah. I've chosen this life. Oh, you just chose to be a crunchy granola druid. Cool.
Yes.
Cool. I didn't choose the druid life. The druid life chose me.
I mean, that's kind of the story of my goblin.
Happy or?
Yeah, happy.
I fell in the river and I live here now.
Kinda, yeah. Like part of a goblin raiding band, and everyone got massacred but him. I mean, he got wounded, but nursed back to health by river druids. And the scary buff Goliath lady.
I like that big coat. I think we're gonna steal that.
Big poofy coat.
Big overcoat, like scarf. That's pretty cool. Just have it come around the shoulders. Just huge old sleeves, because why not?
I do find it kind of funny, the hand gesture that he's doing. I was like, you could be doing something else with that hand.
What are you talking about?
And the not yours, but the
Oh.
tiefling.
Sachet.
Yeah, it's like okay.
What's the flip something Brazil ponytail? Bob's Burgers. there's a guy that does
I never watched it.
capoeira. I think it's capoeira. Ha! Somersault. Ponytail. Brazil. Just that's all he says. Just over and over again. Kicks the shit out of Bob.
I mean, I feel like I should get into Bob's Burgers because
It's funny. I like Bob's Burgers.
From what I've heard, the humor of it is something I could get behind.
It's weirdly
Which is
wholesome.
odd.
It's weirdly
Yeah.
wholesome.
Like a wholesome comedic Adult Swim thing is rare,
yeah, like
if non-existent.
yep. It's wholesome and it's usually not cringy, which is the thing I really like.
Yeah,
It's
That's
and whereas like Homer is very dumb, Bob is not dumb. He's just kind of shit happened to him, and he tries to make it work. It was great. I love it. I also played a wild shape as a previous fire spirit of people of his lineage. That's really cool. Yeah, Alien Phoenix thing. I think that's awesome.
oh no, someone's commenting on my accent.
Do you have any Cthulhu race ideas? Do I? Have you seen the Why You Should Play My Mind Flayer video? Do that. That's absolutely what you should do. Just swap out the basically like the hive mind stuff for like a terrifying presence, and you basically have Cthulhu. Like that's it. Because yeah, anytime people see you, I think I might have made a comment of like the telepathy that people have kind of get, if they're not ready for it, they just get their brain squiggled a little bit. It feels very Cthulhu-y, I think. Watch that video, take some notes, have some fun with it. I think it'd be really cool. Hey Rook, do you have time for one more suggestion in the queue? What time is it? It's 11:30. I'm done with this one. I'm so far behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can do one more. What do you got? Let's do one more. It might get rugbified though. Like it might be a quick scribble. A Furbolg Oath of the Ancients. What does an Oath of the Ancients Furbolg do? We talked about that, right? That's like primordial tree stuff.
Like tree stuff, just goodness in general.
All right, we're gonna keylith this one up. Give him a big old long beard. We're gonna go Antlers.
Think like the Green Knot.
Yeah, I'm giving him Antlers. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, I was just like, what's a good analogy for it? And I was like, oh, the Green Knot. Yeah, totally Oath of Ancients Paladin.
The Green Mother has spoken. Okay, someone else should take give the opportunity. It's no problem. I think we have enough here anyways, but we'll see how it goes. Koto sucks. What? Nature Boys. Oh, the Ages is really fun vibe. Koto are literally god bakers.
Wait, what?
I don't know where Koto came from.
Oh, someone said Corto sucks.
Yeah, I just feel like it was out of place. I lost it. I think the fun fact is they're banished stuff because yeah, that is really cool. I like kind of like the lineage characters because then they kind of know what they should be doing as they're progressing. Like they're not falling into weird magic. They're like, oh yeah, no, my father could turn into a giant rock monster. So I can probably do that. That was the sad thing about season 1 of Critical Role for me, is like I really like Keyleth as a character.
Everyone hated her.
Well, that's the thing. Like, but just the way Marisha played her sometimes was just like really cringy and hard to like. But the design, like the idea of the character, is really good. Really, really good. And so
I personally love Keyleth. Like, even
yeah,
in the
I do too.
cringy moments, I'm like, yeah, I can see where she's getting this cringiness from. I get it. I'm like that some days.
Yeah, I totally get it. And like I said, we've talked about this before, but like initially that Keyleth was my kind of like frustration with season 1 of Critical Role, but very much came to be very, very like endearing as a character. I really liked Keyleth.
Definitely the one who probably had I would argue, like some of the most dramatic character growth.
Yeah, but I also think part of that was, I think part of it was just Marisha trying to like find her way in the is as you know, part of the group and part of the voice acting shenanigans. Like she had the most, she had the biggest shoes to fill, I guess, comparatively, and I think she did a great job. But I feel like it took her a little while to really lean into it.
Yeah.
Do 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 bum, bum, bum. Okay, I'm gonna give this guy. This is a paladin, right? So we're gonna give him. Gonna give him some big old shoulder pads.
A more charismatic version of Caduceus.
Just realized. More charismatic. Welcome to the voice channel chat. Some cool vibes.
I will say, when I first saw Furbolg, I'm like, yeah, I need to make a character like one of these, like now. Everything about him was total appeal to me.
Yeah, I think it was. I like the way they went with them because, like I said, it kind of made them unique. Sorry, I keep saying like I said. I'm just going to reiterate it. I think they did a good job of taking the Furbolgs, which were basically just giant Vikings, right? And really leaning into their kind of fey nature, which is great.
Yeah.
I wish they had a little more of the old kind of storm giant fey stuff.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I think they did a good job. The weirdest part to me was that they're like, oh, they're medium-sized but act like large creatures and can make themselves smaller. It's like, just let them be able to be large and medium. Like, that would be a really cool ability if they could actually increase their size.
Well,
I would be way down for that.
Is a lot of, from what I've read and heard from like older DMs, like older than me and you, where like they wouldn't allow people to play Furbolgs because they thought shrinking your size was too OP.
It's super.
For a giant.
It's super OP. It's great.
Like,
yeah.
So they're like trying to find a happy middle ground where people are like, you're still technically a giant, but like you can still be playable. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing, but
something I really like doing, which I put up, there's a video for it called The Ring of Diminutive Size. It's from the Bottomless Bag series I did. I need to put more of those in there, by the way. Yeah, once per day, or it might have been once or 2 times per day. I'll have to look it up. Basically, you could turn yourself into a diminutive sized creature, which is super small. And that was the trade-off. Like, you could absolutely shrink yourself if you needed to, if you were a large or huge sized creature, but you have to go all the way down to be super tiny. And it gives you like a -8 to strength and stuff.
Another thing, I didn't realize this well after you made your video, Furbolgs. So in 4th edition, they were literally like giants from the Feywild.
Yep, they're just fey giants.
Because I only knew the lore before 4th edition And in 5th edition, it's like, okay, there's a weird disconnect. But yeah, there were like giants who lived in the Feywild that were not Fomorians and served the Raven Queen.
Yep. I dig them. I really dig them. I think they're cool. I'm glad they kind of took on a new vision, so they weren't just, like I said, the
Giant
original.
things.
Well, they just look like, what the hell's the? They just look like opera Vikings, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, they did.
That was it. They're just like, what if Viking but big? Like, yep, that's it. Good job. So I'm really glad they got they got like a new treatment. I think the kind of looking more animalistic and fey in nature was a really, really good choice. I dig it. I'm gonna give him a big old sword. All paladins need big old swords. I have decided. I have spoken.
Is that a high tier paladin sword from WoW?
No?
I can't remember.
The one I'm drawing?
No, I'm just. You said paladins with swords. There's
Or hammer, big old hammer. No, the hammer makes them WoW paladins. What is it, Tarek from
WoW
League of
paladins.
Legends?
He's kind of a paladin now.
Well, Tarek was making fun of WoW paladins.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's 100%. He's 100% bright pink Uther. Like that's just who he was.
I mean, I love him because he's like
Fabulous.
Fantasy Fabio.
Yeah. No, that was the joke. Is that a lot of he's based off of Uther from Warcraft 3, and then when they started making paladins in WoW, the Burning Crusade expansion came out, and all of their armor just looked like super weird pink go-go armor. It was like, what's happening? So everybody just started making fabulous WoW boys. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so that's what
I mean,
Tarek was. Tarek was designed after that to be like kind of the joke.
I mean, I get that for like Draenei because everything about him's like purple, pink. And
Yeah, that was the same. It was that expansion, and so
Okay.
they made all of the paladins look that way. I guess I should say Tarek was originally like blue and green, but they eventually gave him a sexy WoW armor skin that I used all the time because that was the best one. It was the best one to use. Fabulous. Jonas can do the Tarek voice really well. It's good.
I actually don't know what he sounds like because I never played WoW. Not WoW, but League.
Somebody post me a Tarek dancing gif. Alright, I think that one's good. I think that's a pretty happy little furball paladin.
Okay. Nope.
Wait, was he not supposed to be a paladin? Both
No,
in
no, no.
ancient? Yeah, we're good. And now we have a paladin, Lokatha. Hammers are a cleric thing, obviously. Of course, because they can't use martial weapons, which is real dumb.
I don't like. Look, I'm just gonna flat out say that I don't like them.
Lots of TMs run creatures with powerful build features as large size. I would, yeah, absolutely. Anything that says they have powerful build, just play them as a large size creature. You're gonna have way more fun. And generally, what I do with that is, if you do make them a large size creature, either give them +2 to strength and -1 to dex just to offset it. And that usually works pretty well. And then if you follow that rules, it usually goes pretty well with they're losing AC because they're bigger. Oh wow, they've really changed Tarek. Check that out.
Found the video of it. I couldn't find a GIF of it. Or GIF, whatever.
Yeah, Lokatha really are just reverse mermaids.
I don't like them. I was like, nope. They're too derpy. they're to the point where it's like, this is too much dirt. But more power to it, whoever wants to play them.
Quote referencing Tark. Gems are outrageous.
Pretty great.
Gems are truly outrageous. They are truly outrageous.
So good. So good. All right. Thank you, jump rope. Oh, bloop, 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 bloop. Give him some fancy metal pants. Maybe just the legs. Maybe just the fancy metal legs. We'll give him a loincloth because that's funny. He's got a dude body now, right? Could be a lady body, I guess. Gotta cover up those bits.
Never mind, I'm not going there.
Oh, that's scary. I like it.
I would rather
Blah.
play a look awful like that one.
Glorp.
Orc. Oh,
Hmm.
look out for just the catfish demon from WoW. Not WoW, League.
Yeah.
I just like, wait. Yeah.
And or murlocs, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Hurrah! Oops, I accidentally chose to close the YouTube chat. Hold on a second. Oof, gotta catch up. That's pretty cool, King. Yeah, going two different directions with the different fake courts. I like that a lot. I remember being very annoyed that frog clerics couldn't use the warhammer. Wait, forge clerics couldn't actually use a warhammer. I would absolutely let them. I think that's ridiculous.
They can. Should.
I don't know if it might be a warhammer is different than a maul, but I think they're exactly the same. So I don't know if it actually matters.
Let me look at their proficiencies.
He also has dark vision. Yeah, right. Blah. Maybe we should go. I was going to go anglerfish, but I think I might make this look a little better.
Oh, that is weird. They're not proficient in heavy. They're proficient in heavy armor, but not martial weapons.
Yeah, I don't think any clerics are proficient with martial weapons.
War clerics
War clerics? Mm-hmm.
and twilight clerics.
Interesting.
I think Tempest as well.
Just makes them paladins, though.
Yeah,
Oh well.
light clerics are like mage clerics. so no armor.
Arcane spell failure rate, my friend. That used to exist.
So did Thaco.
Yeah, Taco also existed. Can we just talk about how people are willing to say Thaco, but they're not willing to say Rookzer0? I just want to point that out. Y'all hypocrites.
Okay, Rookzer0.
THAC0. Thac0.
Oh. Rookzer.
Yep. Both inspired by Wild Murlocs, yeah.
I listened to someone explain what Thaco was, and my mind just melted. I'm like,
Thaco's real easy. It's just not, it's backwards as shit.
because it went away like that second edition, didn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It was one of the first things to get scrubbed out.
It was just too complicated. Because really, what it was, I mean, you're looking at it like a computer would, right?
Yeah.
As your thing goes up, you then subtract it from the other thing. And it's like, why would you do that? Just look straight at it. Like, just take it one for one. Did you roll that? No? Yes, cool. Okay, fine. Making it needlessly complicated.
Yeah.
All right, there's a little Catha Paladin. He needs armor. Should we give him, like, buff armor?
Shoulder.
He just needs a Paladin.
Yeah, pauldron with like a net strap across the chest. It's a Jonas.
Welcome, Mr. Jonas.
Or Janos.
Jonas? I'll say Jonas.
Hi, yes. Yes, Janos also, though that has an A in it.
Janos?
Yeah, that's what you said.
Well, which
Yeah,
one is it?
I said it like that.
Well,
Jonas.
my name is two O's. Anyways, how you guys?
J0ness.
I don't have numbers in my names.
We're talking about Thaco. We're doing all right. How are you?
I locked myself out of my apartment this morning.
That's no fun.
Oh no. So sorry.
Did you go through a window, or did you have to call somebody?
I had a call. It was only like 15 euros to pay anyways.
Siren Hexblade Bard.
What was it?
A Siren Hexblade
How?
Bard?
Oh, Siren. Okay.
You go outside, you close the door, and you realize you didn't do key check on your pockets, and you're like, fuck. Well, the key's inside now. How do I get back in? I
Yeah.
don't.
It's bad.
We had for a long time. We had keypad entry in one of our apartments. Yeah, that's kind of where this story's going. So we never had to use a key. You just always have the keypad. And then when we moved away from that apartment, there was a habit of getting locked out. So now we have a rule that you only lock a door with a key. That's you are not allowed to lock a door with the lock if you're outside. So it's a good system. No lockouts have happened since then.
Well, the thing is, my door locks immediately when I close it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
And I realized I forgot my key inside the moment I closed it. I was very tired.
That's always the worst part. Like when you go and like the door is just about to close, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. I locked my.
Yeah, the moment the door closes, it's locked.
Yep.
That's how it
I
works.
locked my dorm door once, and I had the key still in the keyhole, and the door shut, and it was locked. I'm like, no.
I think the funniest one
My
I've ever
apartment,
done was walked out, and the lanyard I had hooked on the door handle which then
Oh,
yanked the
no.
keys out of my hand and slammed the door. So I just like pulled the keys into the house and slammed the door closed. It's like, no. How did this happen?
That's terrible.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny.
Otherwise, I've been having an okay day.
That's good. Okay, hear me out. She's got this big old sword, but it's also a harmonica.
Sounds very American.
The harmonica blade. I guess it could be an ocarina sword. That could be kind of interesting.
So, what the Green Ranger uses in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Oh my god, yes, it is the Green Ranger. There we go.
You're welcome.
We're drawing sexy siren
Ami.
Green Ranger fanfics. How offensive.
Could be worse.
Taco was the best joke ever in D&D. Fish Paladin needs some scale armor. That would have made more sense, yeah. I'm putting Look at the Glamour Bard on my character to bring to the one-shot list. That would be pretty funny. I think it'd be really funny if you didn't tell people you were Look at that. You just made yourself look like a regular merfolk, and then, you know, if you ever lose concentration, you just turn into a big old fish. People are like, the fuck? What's happening here? I want to make this more siren-esque. How do I do that? How do I do that?
Bird ladies.
What's that?
Bird ladies.
Sirens aren't bird ladies, are they?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so you're thinking about harpies as sirens.
Nope.
Nope. All right, help me out then, because I got no idea what the hell you're
Okay.
talking about.
So, alright, this is going to showing my nerd cred. Originally, sirens were bird ladies who would sing and lure people to their deaths while they roosted on a rock in the ocean.
Oh, so they're seagulls.
Yeah, they're essentially seagulls.
Gotcha, okay.
Or seals in real life. One to two.
All I gotta say
And
is those
many-
old pirates really needed glasses, and they probably wouldn't
Yeah.
have fallen for all these sexy bird whale creatures.
And then in medieval art, some schmuck decides like give a siren like what look like duck feet
Okay.
and like scales,
Those pirates
and
are
then
really
that just voice morphed into like fish people or fish ladies.
dumb. Gotcha. I'm sorry to hear that,
Well, it's
Dr.
like-
Random. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I like the merfolk siren. I like siren being like a job, not a not a race.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
It's like, hey, what are you doing today? Oh, you know, I gotta go pull my shift as a siren. Gotta crash those ships, yo. Gotta trick all those. I'm drawing a lot of ponytails today. I don't know what's going on here.
Very easy.
They are very easy. It's very true.
How's y'all doing otherwise?
Good. How are you doing? Besides your door stuff. Just drawing.
I don't know. I guess I'm just doing stuff. I don't know. The days go by. Do normal stuff. Normal life stuff.
That's good. Normal life stuff is
Really
important.
tired all the time.
I don't know where this is going. This picture's kind of gotten away from me.
Tiny bit.
Tiny bit. Doot doot doot. Main difference is that sirens tend to be a bit more hygienic than the harpies. That's fair. Yeah. This is a problem. Harpies and sirens are kind of closely related. That makes total sense. Bird ladies share the knowledge capsules with listen. That's interesting. That is interesting. Do.
Wrong. Harpies were disgusting. But yeah, most people consider sirens now like aquatic creatures, so it doesn't matter anymore.
I just imagine, those alarm sirens.
Siren heads. There's nothing but
Not
sirens.
exactly the siren. I mean, siren just means a siren. The mechanical siren.
Yeah.
So that's my first thought.
A klaxon? Is that what you're talking about?
But
Klaxons are mechanical marbles.
if we're talking about like the water-based sirens, it's knack in Estonian. Well, most of the story is based around one woman who liked killing young men, drowning them. So, not sure if she was an actual, mere creature or just a very evil woman. Either or. The later depictions made her like more of a mermaid, I think.
Jack the Ripper had London, but this lady had the merfolk thing down.
I don't think she was real. The stories, they're all pretty old, like, I don't know, millennia or so.
Gotcha.
Maybe a little older, I don't know. It's kind of hard to place how old, like, the old Kalevala stories are, as they're basically Finnish and Estonian mythology.
Marsupilus, thank you. Thank you for the tip. Always enjoy these streams. Thanks for including us. No problem at all.
In addition, the stories probably changed a lot because they were very, like, verbal based.
Yeah.
I think we might.
I don't remember the
I think we
exact word
might.
for English.
Sorry, Jones. I think we might move the free draw Fridays. I think we might just blend that all together next week. I think next week we'll just do our weekly draw stream, and we'll have it so that everybody can draw and hang out. I think that's the better way to do it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, what Fridays will become? Mystery Friday Day?
I don't know. I don't know what Fridays will become. I think I might just do stuff on Twitch on Fridays.
Rook just takes a day off.
I could definitely take a day off.
Well, since you're possibly going to be playing some,
Oh, yeah.
you could do that on Fridays.
I think Friday might also become the D&D day, because that seems to be the day that people are free. I'm not sure yet.
Freedom Day.
Freedom Fridays, where Rook does whatever the hell he wants.
Unironically, the word freedom has been severely ruined by the United States.
Dude,
You're
what are you talking about?
Or I apologize.
It nowadays just has the double meaning of oppression.
That's America's word for whatever the hell it is we think we're doing. So
Please do not resist. I am liberating you.
yeah. Oh no.
Oh, dear.
Belly button. All right, there's the gnome mushroom. What kind of mushroom should this be? Should we do like a big red dots? We can do some dots. Should we cut eye holes? Do they need eye holes?
Is it an actual gnome or is it more of a myconid that looks like a gnome?
It's a gnome that wants to be a myconid.
Then it has eye holes most likely.
I'm a spore druid.
Deep gnomes have superior dark vision, yet no sunlight sensitivity, making them more superior to most dark vision creatures.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. They're pretty awesome. They trade with a whole bunch of people, which is cool.
They also are one of the first races to have their own racial feat in 5th edition.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, there was, when they released Deep Gnomes, Goliaths, Aircogger, and the others, in the little PDF, there was a feat associated with deep gnomes called deep gnome magic.
Gotcha.
So it's like non-detection, pass without trace, stuff like that.
I'm thinking of Duragar dwarves, not Sir Nivlin's. Interesting. Did not
Easy to
know that.
confuse.
Durgar can enlarge themselves or shrink.
Duragar are like rock elemental dwarves, which is pretty awesome.
In 5th edition, there's just evil dwarves.
They're just evil.
Well, they've always been
they're-
evil.
They are opposite dwarves, you know. Usually don't have much of a beard. Opposite in like hair and skin color. Opposite in values. They're very greedy, don't like making anything, usually just steal, you know. Very opposite to normal dwarves.
So
Duragar sounds like a lot of Swedish word for dwarf Gravard. Yeah, I think that's actually that might be the origin of it.
I think it is too. I do like 4th edition's version of the Durgar though.
Bloodline changeling.
They had quills they could fire out from their beards.
Okay.
Because in 4th edition they were associated with devils
So they were quail
instead
rats.
of like mind flayers. So some Durgar developed quills that they could fire out.
4th edition was a weird time.
Oh yeah.
So
I
they were
like
just
that.
weird barbed devils.
Yeah, that were dwarves.
Hmm.
This changeling's just going to be mostly dragon all the time. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ooh, what if no hair? What if no hair and just spines? That would be kind of cool. Done a lot of profile pictures today. That's pretty awesome. We are the spiny dwarves.
It's like, this is interesting.
Prepare for barbed combat.
Essentially what the Battle Rager does.
We're gonna steal that. We're gonna steal that. Make them all kind of spiky hair.
It's just kind of more, I guess, edgy, shadowy, dark iron dwarves.
Yeah.
For some reason, I always draw changelings sad. I always feel like they're like kind of depressed.
I mean,
And also
I've
like
never
they
seen
are.
a changeling smiling, so.
My life is a lie.
I mean, that would be a very good reason not to be happy. You like grow up as a normal child, then you turns out you're a monster. Everyone who used to love you and you loved hates you now because you're a monster. It's a shitty life.
I think you're right.
Even if you're just a changeling, not a doppelganger, but still.
Yeah.
The common folk will not know the difference.
No.
It'd be a pretty shitty day when your mom tries to kill you. So that's why I imagine changelings are always so fucking angsty. I tend to dislike changeling characters, weirdly enough.
You too.
I haven't played any of them. That's for that reason, because I don't
The hatred runs deep.
know. I don't know. It's like whenever other players have played them, their characters have left a distinctly annoying feeling to me, or their characters are so fucking unlikable that it just remains.
I think it. Once again, I see a lot of people pick changelings because of the low random, and it's not a good look.
Did you know Hunter's favorite class is wild magic?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
There can definitely be good changelings. Like, it's not bad. It's a good race. But
I think if
Yeah.
I played a changeling, I think I would want to like stay the normal changeling form. Just
yeah, I mean that's my argument. It's just be a
because
doppelganger.
like they look so cool, but just not altered.
Just be a
I
doppelganger.
just try to play an actual doppelganger,
Change.
since actual doppelgangers look so alien.
I mean, they are kind of like gray aliens.
Yeah, I want to just sometimes drop that disguise and just scare like a bunch of
Oh hell yeah,
thugs.
absolutely.
Fright.
If you're thinking about playing a changeling, watch my video first. I highly
I
recommend.
have.
Well, not you, Jonas. Dragon Angel.
Dragon Angel.
Dragon Angel.
I feel like there was a thing for a long time, at least in my house school. Dragon
I
angels.
think I drew a Dragon Angel this week. No, a Celestial Dragon.
That's what I'm drawing right now. Yeah.
Have fun with that. You can actually pull that concept in a lot of ways. As a holy being varies in appearance, in my opinion, at
Yeah.
least.
Pathfinder has celestial dragon people.
I'd be surprised if they didn't, since Pathfinder literally has
Right.
everything in the universe.
Just cram everything in.
I mean, I would be surprised if they wouldn't have something. Yeah, they probably have more content than 5th editions, like normal content and homebrew combined.
Well, they do because it's 3.5. Like,
There's so much of it.
there's so much of it. Yeah. They've been going for a long time.
I think I like on purpose avoid if I want to play a different race from a human, I'll go as far as possible, or I'll play a human.
Yeah, that's kind of
I-
my stance too.
I won't play like any half races, any elves, not even orcs, because they're too human. If I don't want to play a human, I'll go as far as I can.
I just picked. I think I'm playing an Eldrin. In the next campaign, one-shot thing I'm doing with some friends. I'm gonna be a winter elf. They can teleport, and when they teleport, it like fears people. So I think that's pretty cool. It's just like, hello. I'm like, ah. And then
Yeah, the more Fey elves.
I have a changeling wild mage whose motivation for adventuring is that they want to not be a wild mage. That's interesting. Interesting, yeah. Do they not use their magic, or are they just like? How does that work out? Are they trying to find a cure for it, or like do they think they can find a way to not use their magic, or do they just run around with a sword all the time? I'm not sure why I made her so surprised, but here we are now. Am I a dragon?
Am I the drama?
Am I a cat?
Does the cat ever think that?
I don't think they would because cats never question themselves.
I think the backstory notes I had is that they were trying to become a wizard, but it just didn't work out. Interesting. I like that. I love Onis like the concept and their relationships to ogres and orcs. I can't remember, but they're truly terrifying villains that eat people. Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it.
Ogre mages.
Bonk.
Ogre mages have a somewhat similar appearance to an ogre, but that's where the similarities ends.
Yeah, basically. I think only reason they call the Oni ogre mages because I think people thought Oni was copyrighted for something, and they just went with their own thing.
I like ogre mages though. Ogre mages are great.
I'd imagine like the common folks call them that because well they look kind of similar and they're kind of related on the demi-giant family tree. Well, they're giants, makes sense. That's the actual giants, and then there's the other giants' children that the giant mother had. Like, I think trolls were the
Trolls,
giant goddess and the mountain?
Sure.
Like an actual mountain?
I would not be surprised.
Half giants or pseudo giants. That's true.
Not exactly. They're like lesser giants in a way, considered by normal giants.
Okay, there is the ASMR Dragonborn thing. I gave her a horny bump because I thought it was funny. And then a pygmy catfolk, and we're calling it a day. Only half an hour late. Totally fine.
It's about like normal.
About normal, yeah.
That's a hard sneeze.
You sneezed?
I sneezed very hard now. My lungs hurt. But not like in a normal pain. It's more like a... If your lungs expanded too much, there's that like weird stretching pain left over. I don't know how to describe this pain. It is very uncomfortable, I'll be honest.
Doesn't sound good.
The giant goddess, she had an affair with Vaprak.
Everything else.
Yeah, but Vaprak her and Vaprak produce ogres and trolls. So, ogres and trolls are like brothers.
Weird question. Do hairless cats have whiskers?
Yes.
That is a very good question. I think they do. Let me look. No, they do not.
They do not. That's horrible.
Good to know. Hey, baby. Oh, what should we do to this poor gnome pygmy cat?
Yeah, they didn't get specified class, so
Bard,
it
I
kind of
guess.
looks like Shirley from Courage the Calorie Dog.
We're gonna give him. We're gonna give him some. We're gonna give him a Jets jacket. And then,
Someone said monk.
well, monk doesn't work with this jacket.
It could.
One can literally work with anything.
A biker monk?
Biker monk. Make him look like Krillin.
Most OP of the fighters of Dragon Ball Z.
Most powerful human, by far.
Yeah. Is Roshi human?
Yeah, Krillin's way
I don't
more
know.
powerful than Roshi, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The only reason I said is because everyone makes memes like how Krillin's the weakest of the bunch. And I was like,
Well, he dies
you're
the
comparing
most.
him to, yeah,
Krillin definitely
you're
dies.
comparing him to Goku, who isn't human, who has died and came back. So, like, he's a strong human.
There we go. And a turtle shell, just for good measure. Naked Cat, we did it. By the way, when you combine the streams with the Wednesday and Friday, were you going to be able to chat during the time or not? I think we'll have to talk about that, because basically what it is we have to vet everybody that wants to talk in chat. So we might have to put up a flag for people to be, like, if you want to be an artist on that stream, we need to make sure that you're okay. One, that you're 18, and two, you're okay with your stuff being shown on YouTube. So we'll run a little thing like that, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, so that's really the thing we have to look out for. So otherwise, we'll deal with it. So, the other thing is that, yeah, maybe we won't stream it, because I do like streaming. The Twitch streams will once again probably not do the audio. So whenever we do this, we'll do some of that stuff on Twitch as well. We might just make this kind of the format for YouTube, and then maybe on Fridays instead we'll do the free draw thing on Friday, where people can just talk and hang out and chat on Twitch instead. But we'll figure that out. So I think that's it for today, though. We did a lot of really fun stuff. Some of these are pretty good. Thanks everybody for your suggestions today. That was a lot of fun. There should be hopefully new videos coming out later in the week. If you haven't seen any of the new videos, highly recommend go checking them out. We're trying to get... We just got 6,000 subscribers this morning, which is awesome.
Congrats.
Thank you, everybody, for all your support that way. We are trying to push the stream going. Commenting and subscribing apparently does help a lot, which sucks because I have not been telling people to do that because it's lame. But make sure you're clicking the thumbs up, likes buttons on those videos. Make sure you're leaving comments. It really tricks the algorithm into sharing my videos with more people. So if you can do that, that would be awesome. If not, no bad. Thanks for giving me cool suggestions to draw. Thanks for hanging out with me today in chat. Yeah, thanks everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table, and we'll catch you next time. If you would like to hang out with us a little later, I'll probably be on Twitch in an hour or so, working on some commission stuff. Yeah. And then tomorrow on Twitch, we're probably going to play some Pathfinder. That would be really cool. So we'll catch you then. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Keep your dice on the table.